Long before maps of the West were drawn, the story of Goodenough Island, or Nebula, began. It started with the rhythmic splash of paddles against the vast Pacific Ocean. Over 40,000 years ago, Papuan settlers moved like shadows across northern Oceania's islands. They eventually found their home in what is now known as the Milne Bay Province. For millennia, these islanders lived in harmony with the sea. Establishing coastal villages, they lived under the watchful gaze of Mount Vinyu, an 8,300-foot peak. It pierces the island's center like a jagged tooth, a constant natural presence. History is rarely static. Around 4000 BCE, the Great Austronesian Migration arrived. This migration displaced the original Papuan inhabitants, changing their way of life. This conflict forced islanders off beaches, pushing them onto steep, misty mountain slopes. There, they carved out a new existence, adapting to the challenging highland environment. The island remained a well-kept secret from the Western world for millennia. Portuguese explorers touched Papua's mainland in the 1520s, but the D'Entrecasteaux archipelago remained a mystery. Not until 1792 did French officer Antoine Bruni d'Entrecasteaux glimpse its peaks. He saw them from his ship's deck, a fleeting moment of discovery. He passed by, leaving the archipelago named in his honor, yet untouched. It remained undisturbed for another century, preserving its ancient secrets. The silence was finally broken in 1871 by Captain John Moresby. Commanding the HMS Basilisk, he searched for trade routes between Australia and China. Moresby turned his spyglass toward the island, captivated by its raw beauty. He renamed the land and its central mountain after his colleague, James Goodenough. He wrote of summits that stood bare and knife-edged against the sky, and mountain torrents that flashed through dark green ravines like molten silver. Moresby charted the shores and claimed the names, but he never ventured into the interior. He moved on, eventually giving his own name to the future capital, Port Moresby. But the veil had been lifted. The arrival of the Basilisk signaled the end of isolation. Colonialism had reached the shores of Nebula, and the island would never be the same again.